What's up? Good afternoon to all you YouTube subscribers. I'm Justin Fleming, and I'm here to give y'all my Bold and Beautiful review. Today's Bold and Beautiful, Monday, August 14, 2017. And for all of you that watched today's Bold and Beautiful, now today's Bold and Beautiful was wild and crazy, and I can't it was wild and crazy today, and angered me today. Let me talk to you about my review on today's Young, Bold and Beautiful. Liam today was talking to Steffi and asked if she agrees that what Bill is doing is wrong, is cruel, and Steffi says no. Wow, she says no. Steffi. Earlier on, Steffi says I can't believe she said no to Liam. You know what? I bet you know why she says no. I'll tell you why she said no to Liam. Because she hates Sally as much as Bill does. No wonder why she doesn't want to tell Thomas, because of her hatred for Sally. What a bitch. Now this one. Now Caroline was confronting Bill in his office today, and Caroline was telling Bill that she doesn't want him to want to be with Thomas this way, not because of some horrible lie. She tells Bill that she came from New York to tell him that she can't do this anymore, and tells him that this charade will end today. Now, I agree with Caroline, because I don't know, because how do you think Thomas is going to feel about this little story, that this little autoimmune disease? Bill is a real douche. I can tell you about it. Now this one today. The next one was Sheila. Now Sheila was in her hotel room, and she is holding onto Eric's watch. Eric calls her, and he tells her that he and Quinn are back together. And I hate that. Because I really do hate that Eric and Quinn are back together. Because Eric is like too old. Eric is too old for Quinn. I mean, Eric is with somebody who is young enough to be his own daughter. Unbelievable. And Sheila says that she's a little disappointed and just wants Eric's happiness. Eric wants to sing for her and suggests that maybe it would be better for her to stay away, and that he and Quinn are trying to move on from this. He tells her that maybe she should go somewhere else other than LA. He tells her that there is another reason he's calling, and says he's wondering if the hotel found his watch. He says it was a gift from Stephanie and he liked it. She tells him that she has it and will drop it off to him. Now, I really, like I said, I don't like this thing. I don't like this pairing. I'm no fan of Eric and Quinn, because Eric is way too old for Quinn. Quinn is young enough to be Eric's. Quinn is young enough to be her father. I don't like them together. Now next one. Bill tells Caroline not to sabotage anything. He says that it will pay off soon. Thomas already said that his life is with you and Douglas, and in another few weeks he will be so invested he will never want to come back to LA. Caroline tells him that she's beginning to feel less worthy of being with Thomas, and says, what if someone else finds out? Bill looks down on Caroline and says, oh my God, please tell me Sally hasn't found out. Bill makes a nasty comment that Sally couldn't put a pair of slippers. Bill says that Liam, on the other hand, is a little too smart for his own good. You know what? Bill is, like I said, Bill is a piece of crap. He's a poor excuse for human being. He's no different than Victor Newman on Young and Restless. And I can't wait till everybody finds out about Bill. I mean, he made up this little story, this little story that Caroline has this little autoimmune disease, so he can drive a wedge between Thomas and Sally. He did all that to keep them apart, and for Thomas to get back in place with Caroline with the baby. I know some of you agree that he made up this story. Made it all. He did all this to break up, to drive a wedge between Thomas and Sally, and for Thomas to get in place with Caroline and child, baby. Now let me tell you in this swing. Steffi says that she agrees that Bill shouldn't have done that, and Liam says yes, but he did, and now that we know he did, we can't tell Thomas. Steffi says, what if they tell him and he abandons Douglas and Caroline and goes back to Sally? Liam says that he won't. He wasn't abandoning Caroline before. He says that they have a kid together and it will work out. Steffi says, what if they don't? What if Thomas sues primary custody? Liam tells her that she's rationalizing what she knows isn't right, and Steffi says no. Well, Sally isn't right, ruining my brother's life. Maybe a little extreme measures are for the best. You know what? Liam is wrong. Liam is wrong about He said that he won't go back to Sally. He's wrong. He will go back to Sally because Bill did all this so he made up this little story that Caroline is dying. They have this little autoimmune disease, so that he can drive a wedge between Thomas and Sally, and for Thomas to get in place with Caroline, like I said. So because it's all about him wanting to shut down Spectral Fashions for good. And Steffi, I can't stand Steffi running her mouth. Was saying that about how Sally's ruining her brother's life. How is she even ruining her life? How is she ruining her life? She doesn't even know a fucking thing about Sally. She doesn't. How she wasn't even how she even know she's ruining her brother's life? I mean, she's a hypocrite. Steffi, a hypocrite. I mean, Sally wasn't doing anything. I mean, she loved Thomas. She loved Thomas. She always loved Thomas. Yeah, I really hope Liam dumps her. I really do. Now, Caroline tells Bill that she's not going along with this, and will tell Thomas that she had a great doctor's visit and is not dying. Bill says, and Thomas will be back in LA before you can say Sally Spectra. Now, I really do hope Bill's plan backfires. I really do. I hope he'll be exposed. Now, next one. Liam wonders how lying to Thomas is best for Steffi. And Steffi says that for one thing, Thomas won't be a part-time parent. She says that Thomas and Caroline are compatible. She gets a text and it's a picture of Thomas and Douglas, and Steffi shows it to Liam and says, "This is where Thomas needs to be. Let's not interfere." Sick of Steffi, sick of her. Real sick of her. Now Pam and Charlie was arguing about cooking, and Eric comes up and tells them that Sheila won't be stopping by his watch. He tells them to make sure security lets him in. Charlie follows them into the office, and Eric tells Charlie he's aware of Sheila's past, and she's been working really hard lately, and she's been more forthcoming with me than others, and what harm could from them dropping off from a watch. Eric is a stupid old man. I mean, he was stupid to go back with Sheila. Now Sheila knocks on the door at the mansion, and no one answers, so she walks in. She looks and imagines her portrait on the wall. Evil Sheila. Now, next one. Liam asks about Sally and says they were on a runaway together in Monaco, and Sally is really working really hard to make something out of nothing. Is this really how you want to win? Making her into a victim? Steffi tells Liam she loves him and he has enormous heart, but when it comes to Sally Spectre, I just want Thomas to be a family man, so he should be, and you should want that for Caroline. She's your cousin. As for Sally, I'm not going to give her one shred of remorse. So let's just see how Bill's plans works. Yeah, Bill, you know what? How much you want to bet? How much you want to bet that Carol that she's on Bill's side? I bet you that Bill got to Steffi. So that's why she told Liam, if you want to see how Bill's plan works. No, I bet she knew. I bet she knew the whole time that he made up this little story to break up Caroline and Thomas and Sally for Thomas to be in New York with Caroline. Wait, did Thomas and Sally this little plan to break up Thomas and Sally for Thomas to be in New York with Caroline for the baby? I can see how she and Bill have something in common. Because she hates Sally as much as Bill does. Yeah, I really do hope he dumps Sally, dumps Steffi. I don't want to go be with Sally, be a Sally with Liam. I really wish if Hope was back, because Steffi doesn't care. It's always about her. She thinks she can have everything she wants. It's always about Steffi. Now, next one, Bill. Now, Quinn. Caroline wonders if there's more to this plan of his. She notices Sky and looks at the address and figures out that it's Spectre's building. Caroline yells to Bill that she suspected that he had ulterior motives, and she says that she can't believe it. This is about him and getting his shiny new building. You don't care about me and Thomas. Bill says that she wanted Tommy Boy back in her and Douglas's life, and I agreed. And a man should be with his son, so I made it happen. You should be thanking me, Caroline. You should be thanking me. But Caroline, I really can't get over what Bill said, that he should be thanking Caroline. Please, Bill, please. I mean, Caroline should have thought that before when she was with Ridge. He shouldn't be saying anything about that he should be thanking Caroline. That the man should be with his son. You already know that Bill said that she wanted Thomas back in her life. She wanted Thomas back in her life and Douglas, and he agreed. Come on. Caroline should have thought that before when she was with Ridge. So Bill shouldn't say anything at all. He should zip it. Just put his money where his mouth is. Now, this one. Eric says to Sheila she should be there by now, and Charlie asks, what if she went to your house? He asks Quinn. Quinn is alone when Charlie panics. Eric gets a text from Quinn, and Sheila is there. Charlie says they should go. Eric says he'll go and leaves. Now, the next one. Quinn tells Sheila she should have gone to FC, and Eric still has a restraining order against her. Sheila asks Quinn if Quinn is going to call Lieutenant Baker. Quinn scoffs and says that she's not afraid of Sheila and leave the watch to get out of there. She tells her that she doesn't want to see her again. Sheila says that maybe Quinn doesn't doesn't, but maybe Eric might feel differently. Quinn tells her that Eric and her are back together and happier than ever. Your pathetic attempt to getting my husband didn't work. Sheila is still she says she's still angry at her for telling the truth about her and his son, something that should have done on her own. It makes me question your character. Quinn laughs and says, you have the audacity to question my character. Sheila says it is more clear than ever that she doesn't deserve Eric, and her portrait doesn't deserve to be hanging on the wall. Quinn asks, who does yours, Sheila? Now, you know what? I'm not on anyone's side. I'm not on Quinn or Sheila's side, because they're both crazy. I'm not on both of their side here. I'm not, because they're both crazy. Now Liam says he has asked one more time. Is Sally really that bad? Sophie says that Liam always roots for the underdog, but Sally is a con artist. She says that Sally used Thomas. Spectra would have been rubble if it weren't for Thomas. It was in his talent and money that she kept Spectra afloat, and now that he's gone, their relationship is over and Spectra will tank. And that is a good thing for him and his family, so let's just be patient and see if the plan works. A little's future depends on it. Liam says, all right, if you feel strong about it, I'll keep my mouth shut for now. Stuffy touches his face and smiles. You know what? I'm gonna say this again. I bet Bill really did get to Steffi. I bet you she really did get to Steffi. I bet Steffi is on Bill's side. I know she is. I really do. Because that's why she told Liam if she wants to see how his plan works. I bet she knew all the time about Tom that he did this to break up Thomas and Sally, and for Thomas to get in Caroline. She knew the whole time. I can see how she and Bill have something in common, because she hates Sally much as she does. And I hope Liam dumps her. And you know, I can't even go over what she said about using, how she says how hypocritical she said about Sally using Thomas. She never used Thomas. I mean, Sally was being straight with Thomas. I mean, she knows very well that Thomas, that Bill did all this, made up this little story that Caroline has a little autoimmune disease, so she can drive a wedge, so she can keep Thomas and Sally apart, and for Thomas to stay in New York with Caroline with this child. She knows that. Because Sally never used Thomas. She's the last person to talk about using somebody. I mean, she even get the Steph even forget her history of actions over the years. I mean, she manipulated. She was the puppet master, pulling all the strings with Hope, so she can get her away, and put in being Liam's arms. I mean, I cannot understand how hypocritical she really is. Now, I really do hope Thomas and Sally will reunite, because they're gonna find it. Because I want Thomas and Sally to find out that Bill made up this little shitty story that Caroline's dying of this autoimmune disease, so she can keep Thomas and Sally apart, and for Caroline and for Thomas to be in New York with Caroline, in place with her and the child. I hope they get back together. I really do hope Thomas and Sally get back together. Now, Bill today, he was telling Caroline that he have his little beautiful building and all, and Douglas will have his father, and you'll have the man that you love. Caroline questions Thomas, wondering when Bill will build his building on Spectra's site. And Bill says by that time they'll be stuck together like glue, and Sally will be out of the picture. Everything will be as it should be. Now get back to New York, Caroline, he says. Your life is there with your son and father. Caroline says, and your life is here, doing what you do best, building monuments to look yourself in your empire. She leaves. Bill smiles to go look at his building. No, Caroline is right. She's 100% right about Bill. I mean, he's evil. And, I mean, he's evil. He's a piece of shit. I mean, how? I really do hope Caroline needs to tell the truth. She needs to tell Thomas that Caroline is not dying of his autoimmune disease, and Bill put her up to it, and he did all this to break up him and Sally, just because he wants to Spectre out of business for good. It's just a personal vendetta. That's all it is, just a personal vendetta. Now, next one. This one really blew off the lid today on the Bold and Beautiful. It really blew off the roof. The shit really hit the fan today. Sheila was telling Quinn that Eric deserves so much better than her, and get out of her home. Get out now. Leave his watch on the table, and I'll make sure he gets it. Sheila goes to leave, and Quinn tells her that she has done so much damage to Eric and his family, and never come back to this house again, bitch. Sheila turns and goes back to Quinn and says, "What did you call me?" Quinn says, "I believe I called you a bitch." And Sheila attacks her, and they start fighting. They really do hit off the roof. They tore off they really turned off the heat. Quinn and Sheila. Ding ding ding. Round one. The fight broke off. Throwing things at each other, and Quinn picks up the fire truck and squeezing at Sheila. They struggle. Ooh, they were two little cat fight. They were getting it off. Then they struggle. They continue fighting and throwing things, broken glass all over the place, and Sheila gets the poker and chokes Quinn, who seems to pass out. And Sheila goes out to leave, and Quinn wakes up and throws the tablet on Sheila, who falls down and passes out. Quinn calls out her name and kicks her to her feet. And Eric rushes to, and she was bleeding. Sheila, she was bleeding all over her head busted open, and Eric and she passes out. And Quinn calls her out her name and kicks her feet, and Eric rushes, looking around, and says, "Quinn, what happened?" "Oh God, Sheila." He bends down and calls her name. He has blood on his hands and said, "Quinn, you've killed her. Sheila." Okay, this is my final thought. Now let me tell all of you now. Quinn, Quinn, she called Sheila a bitch. Quinn. Now Quinn, she's the last person to talk about who's a bitch. If anybody knows anything about being a bitch, it's Quinn. If you bold and beautiful fans think that Quinn is a saint, she's not. She's not a saint. Because what makes her think she's any different than Sheila? She pushed Ivy in the river in Paris to stop her from preventing her son Wyatt from marrying Hope. She even pushed Deacon off the mountains and made Liam to think they were a couple when he lost his memory. He had amnesia. I think Quinn isn't any different than Sheila. I know that Quinn is not a saint. Now, all of you heard what Eric said. She said he's whining, he's complaining to Sheila. Said, Sheila, give me a break. Eric needs to give me a break. The woman is crazy. She's more crazier than Quinn. She did Quinn and Quinn and Sheila are both psychos. They're both psychos. Eric needs to stop complaining. Sheila is dead and living, because look how he got back with Quinn in the first place. I'm no fan. I don't like Eric and Quinn as a couple. I really don't. It's disgusting. Because it's hard. Eric needs to get over it. Because Sheila is like a cat with many lives, and it's hard to kill her anyways. Quinn. He has met his match. She has done harm to Quinn is no saint. She's not any different in Sheila. Because she forgot. She's even forgetting her history, because she tried to attack Eric's family too. She's just as she shouldn't be. She condemns. She does. It's a shame that Eric never condemns Quinn for what she done, he never condemns Quinn for what she done, but just Sheila. Eric never preaches to Quinn, but she only preaches to Sheila. Eric. I mean, Quinn has attacked Eric's family too. She's the last, and Quinn is the last person to talk about attacking someone's family and being a bitch, because anybody's a bitch, it's Quinn. So Quinn isn't any different than Sheila whatsoever. She's no different than Quinn, because she's been attacking Eric's family as well. She attacked Ivy and Steffi and Hope, and Liam as well. So as far as I'm concerned, Quinn is no different than Sheila. I know all of you agree. She's just as guilty as Sheila. I'm really glad that Sheila has this karma. She deserves to be hurt, because she's just as psychotic as Sheila. So I think Sheila's dead. I think, because you saw how the blood was squirting out of her head. I think she is dead. I don't think she's alive. I know some of you think she's alive or dead or alive or dead. I think she is dead. I mean, I really do hope that Caroline doesn't tell Thomas the truth. I really hope that Thomas will Thomas will see that Caroline was lying to him and go leave New York to go back to Hollywood, and Thomas will reunite with Sally. So that's my little review on today's Bold and Beautiful. Subscribe to me, Justin Fleming. Have a good afternoon. Enjoy tomorrow's Bold and Beautiful. Hit like on my video, make a comment, say something you want to say. I'm out of here. Peace. You should be thanking me.